Southwestern on the interception by Jacob Galliana. Have it in Rustler territory. Gordon remains in the backfield. Blitz coming again. Quick throw in the pass, incomplete. Trying to go back to Holscher. But Vasquez out there quickly.
Kentrell Omar as well.
Yep. Tyler Williams. There were a few Rustlers in the area. That play not likely to go very far, even if they do complete it, and it's 3rd down and 10. So far the Rustlers with a good stand, and they've got the Jaguars facing a 3rd and long. 3 wide receivers to the left for Jimmy Inman. Inman with the snap, 4-man rush, steps up, hit as he throws once again. This one's going to be picked off. Looks like Neal back deep, dropping into coverage, who ends up with the interception. Let's see if I can confirm that. Yeah, that is Kylan Neal, dropping deep into coverage and ends up with that interception, but give an assist to the pass rush as Inman was hit as he throws this ball. Good return for Neal. Brings it back to the Jaguar 42-yard line, so now it's a short field for the Rustlers as the teams trade turnovers here in the first quarter.
I know we haven't been using 4 cams. I want you to start using camera 4, which is awesome, a little bit more in pre-snap.
Change in the backfield for Golden West as Jayshawn Pete comes on in the backfield. Ale with receivers left and right. Good coverage. Ale still looking, throws that one batted in the air and caught by Jimenez. A break for the Rustlers as Jimenez catches it off the deflection inside the 30. He gets down to the 26, a 16-yard gain. Brings up a 1st and 10 for the Rustlers. Pete will stay in the game. In the backfield, Anthony Williams and Dondre Brim on as well for the Rustlers, who go with a 4 wide receiver set. Fake to Pete. Out in the flat and back to Jimenez. Jimenez twists out of a couple of tackles. Finally taken down at the 8-yard line by Harrington. But this is terrific running after contact by Jimenez. Back-to-back receptions. For Jimenez, brings it down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
Great job by the shifty wide receiver, Nate Jimenez.
Antonacci back in the backfield. Kennewell solo to the right for the Rustlers. Snap to Ali. And Antonacci gets the call. Drags a couple of tacklers to the 4 for a gain of 4. Larson on the stop. 2nd down and goal for Golden West. They took over in Southwestern territory at the 42 after the interception by Neal, and they have it down to the 4, 2nd and goal. Now they'll move Kennewell into the slot on the left, and Jimenez will go solo right. That is Jimenez in motion. Ali rolling left, throws, completes. Jimenez, touchdown, Rustlers. And we'll give you a couple of looks at this one. This is a well-designed play as Ali on the designed roll locks in on Jimenez. Able to make the catch, getting a little separation from Elijah Williams. And the Rustlers are on the board with 6:49 to go in the first quarter.
Justin Hensey to attempt the extra
Hensey will come on to try and tack on the extra point. Snap, placement down. Kick is up, off the upright, and no good. So Hensey misses the extra point, and the score remains 6-0. 6:49 to go in the first. You are watching Rustler football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
And we bring you back live. Rustlers kick it away. Ollie takes a couple of hits and is brought down at the 27-yard line. And that's where the Jaguars will take over 1st and 10. 6:41 to go in the opening quarter. The Rustlers grab the 6-0 lead. Touchdown pass from Ollie to Jimenez from 4 yards out. Certainly for Ollie, that is his 4th touchdown pass on the season. And Jimenez with his 2nd touchdown reception. So they'll spot it at the 27. And here come the Jaguars. First down carry. And I am looking at the roster for the Jaguars, and sure enough, I don't have a number 21. So it's a gain of 5, and we will try to get a number for you. I believe they said it was Chai Kendrick, who's on the roster as 22. Second down throw for Inman, off the hands of Holscher and incomplete. Kentrell Omar was zeroing in. But that's just a straight drop. 3rd down and 5. So 3rd down and 5 for the Jaguars from the 32-yard line. And they'll spread it out with 4 wide receivers. Inman, meanwhile, still looking for his first completion here today. Blitz coming. Inman stands in, lobs the near side, and the pass incomplete. Working against Omar. He was trying to find Leo Morangi. And Morangi can't come up with it. It's a 3-and-out for Southwestern. And the punting unit on. Julian Acosta on to kick it away. Hinsey waiting back deep. Wait, is there anybody that does more jobs for the Rustlers than Justin Hinsey? Kicker, punter, defensive back, punt returns. So far. And I swear I saw him taking tickets before the game. This one off of Hinsey. The ball is loose, and it looks like the Rustlers got it back at the 38. Hinsey couldn't decide whether or not to make the fair catch or let that one bounce. Got too close to it and ends up kicking off his lower leg. And the Rustlers dodge a bullet as they fall on it at the 34. That is a punt of 34 yards and no return. But the Rustlers will gladly take that as they get to keep the football after that ball was loose. Ollie out with Pete in the backfield, Jimenez in motion. 4 wide receivers. Snap to Ollie, blitz coming. They screen it out to Pete. Pete looking for a block. Taken out of bounds at the 42. Trey Taylor with the stop for Southwestern. Give Pete 8 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd down and short. In fact, they'll spot it at the 43, where it'll be 2nd down and 1. Well, we haven't seen a shot to Kennewell yet. See what the Rustlers have in mind on 2nd and short. They overload the far side. Snap to Ollie. Now they'll keep it on the ground with Pete. Pete running right and brought down. No gain on the play. That was a good read, and Ulrich Naki, among the first to get there, brings up a 3rd down and 1. Pete will remain in the backfield. Caleb Docknall with Jimenez to the near side. Kennewell wide right for this 3rd and 1 play. Ollie with the snap. Pete gets the call again following his right tackle falls forward to the 49. 6-yard gain on 3rd and short and a 3rd down conversion for Golden West. Following his right side there, Chris Garcia, the right tackle with a good push. Over there on that right side as well as the Rustlers keep it on the ground on 1st down into Southwestern territory for a gain of 4. It was Garcia along with Wesley Hauk on that 3rd down conversion. 4-yard run brings up a 2nd down and 6 from the Southwestern 47. Methodical drive for Golden West. Winding down to 3:30 remaining in the opening quarter. Blitz coming. Good protection for Ollie, who fires it over the middle and it's incomplete. Kennewell wants a flag, and there it is. He was working against Elijah Williams over the middle. And we'll run back the replay, I believe. Let's see. And let's see if we could see the contact there. Definitely some contact between Williams, and we could see just at the tail end there, at the start of that replay, Williams clearly reached out and grabbed. But that was before Kennewell went down, but flags came in from a couple of directions. That's a tough assignment guarding Nick Kennewell one-on-one out in space. And Williams picks up the penalty. That's a 15-yard penalty that moves it to the 32-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. Ollie with Pete in the backfield. The fake to Pete. Ollie struggling to get away, but does initially. Sheds another tackle. Wards off another tackler. Naki trying to bring him down. Ollie's still on his feet. Breaking tackles. He's inside the 25. What a sensational effort from Uwe Ollie. Well, you had to be impressed with the running ability of Malachi Martinez over the first couple of weeks, but there's no drop-off here when you go to Ollie. And we've seen that in this first quarter. No matter who the Rustlers put back there, they've got a quarterback who could beat you with his feet. That'll be a run of 9 yards. Should bring up a 2nd down and 1 from the 23. That's got to be frustrating defensively to get that many shots at the quarterback and not be able to bring him down. Pete gets the handoff, running left, has the 1st down. He's inside the 20. Lowers the shoulder, ridden out of bounds near the 15. Good hard running from Jashawn Pete. Finally run out of bounds by Gabe Baptista. They'll spot it at the 16. Another 1st down for the Rustlers. Well, Pete's gone this entire drive in the backfield, still there. Play fake, the pass over the middle, squeezes it into Jimenez. Inside the 5 at the 4, that's a 12-yard gain. Another 1st down for Golden West. Back in the red zone are the Rustlers. So far this season, they are 71% converting for points in the red zone. 57% converting for touchdowns. They did have a trip into the red zone earlier in this first quarter that they turned into 6 points. Trying to do it again. Antonacci up the middle, dragging tacklers and into the end zone. Touchdown Golden West. Cross Antonacci with a 4-yard touchdown run. The Rustlers push the lead to 12-0 with 1:15 remaining in the opening quarter. Hinsey will come on to try and convert the extra point. Well, this is an extension of what we saw last year with these two teams when they met at Southwestern. As Hinsey splits the uprights with that one, and the lead now 13-0. Rustlers dominated a year ago, a 45-0 win at Southwestern, and they have picked up where they left off here in the first quarter today with a 13-0 lead. It's Rustler football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network. Low kick angle to the near side. This is going to stay live. And back inside the 5 at the 4. Ollie hit out of bounds. Outside the 10. This ends up working out very well for Golden West. Ollie only gets to the 13. And that's where Southwestern will go to work. Trailing it 13-0. And it's Jay Gordon back in the backfield for Southwestern. Jimmy Inman early on, still 0 for 5. So the Jaguars, not entirely unexpectedly, having some trouble moving the football against this Golden West defense that has been sensational with the exception of the struggle against Riverside City College. But outside of that, they have been extremely stout. Inman ends up on the keeper. Falls forward for a gain of about 3. It'll bring up a second down and 7. They'll give Inman 3 yards. They'll leave a second down and 7. Well, as I alluded to briefly, as Gordon gets the carry, bounces it to his right. Out to the 25. Gordon ends up with 8 yards, and that will move the chains. Will the Jaguars elect to run another play down to 19 seconds, but they don't appear to be in any great hurry. It looks as though they're going to be willing to let the clock run out here in the first quarter. And they'll start the second quarter, 1st and 10 from their own 25. We will rejoin you then. We're through one. Golden West on top, 13-0 on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
Start of the second quarter. And a loss on the play as Gordon gets the carry. Brought down for a loss of 3 back to the 22. It'll bring up a second down and 13 for the Jaguars. Inman with receivers left and right. 3 wide receiver set. Rolling to his left. He's under pressure. Hit as he throws. The pass incomplete. Trying to get it to Cater Diop. And Gerbic bringing the pressure, coming on the blitz, and Inman running out of time, threw it behind Diop. And now the Jaguars facing a 3rd and 13. They are 0 of 3 on 3rd down so far today. Inman still looking for his first completion, and it is just not easy to move the football with any kind of consistency against this Rustler defense. And it starts with their ability to consistently get pressure on the quarterback. Morangi solo to the right for the Jaguars. Inman able to evade pressure. He's going to tuck it and run, but forced out of bounds short of the first down marker by Malachi Gatewood. Inman got to the 30, but that's only 8 yards. Brings up a 4th down and 5, and we'll see the Jaguar punting unit. Going back to last year, Jimmy Inman did appear in 8 games. 32 of 70 for 356 yards. So he comes in with some experience at this level. Got his first extended run in the loss to Chafee 2 weeks ago. Inman had thrown only 1 pass before playing against Chafee. And there he went the route, throwing for 4 touchdowns. It was in a loss. But you got to figure that when he is available, Inman is the guy for the Jaguars. And going back to that play on 3rd down, that was a play that shows some of Inman's experience. Not anywhere to go with that football. Inman gets away from pressure, and rather than trying to force it in or go for a big play in that situation, just takes what he can get and then lets the defense come on and see if they can get it back. First down, Rustlers from the 32. They'll keep it on the ground. Sam Lybeer gets his first action today. Off tackle on the left side. He is pushed back, but not before he gets to the 38. A gain of 6. Trey Taylor getting there for the stop. They'll spot it at the 39 for Lybeer. That's a 7-yard run, brings up a 2nd down and 3. Rustlers bring it to the line. First down carry again. And running room on the left side, tiptoeing the sideline out to the 48-yard line, a 10-yard run. And I did misspeak. I believe that's actually Jared Johnson, who has come on for the last couple of carries. Jared Johnson, who's been battling some injuries early in this season as well. Getting an opportunity here. 17 yards on a couple of runs. Immediately gets the Rustlers on the move to the 48-yard line, where they'll have it 1st and 10. Javon Williams wide to the right, receivers left and right for Golden West. Ali looking left, throws in the flat. Johnson with a nice catch, goes up high to bring it in. Ridden out of bounds at the 43. That's a gain of 9, and it brings up a 2nd down and 1. That's an athletic play by Johnson. Little extracurriculars as Taylor takes him out of bounds, but no flags coming. Rustlers with a 2nd and 1. And they take a shot here. The way they've been running the football, that's got to be a tempting option. Well, they'll go straight ahead with Johnson. Hard running. And that was Antonacci, who had come on to replace Johnson, following his left guard to the 38. He's running behind Andrew Hernandez. Good push from that Rustler offensive line. They move the chains. 1st and 10 from the Southwestern 38. Fake to Antonacci, the throw, batted in the air and intercepted. Jaguars force another turnover. Off the hands of his intended target, and it ends up in the hands of Matthew Elliott. It looked like he was trying to get the ball to Dondre Brim, and that was off the hands of Brim and in the air, and we'll see if we have the replay, but Elliott in the right spot comes up with the pick. Second interception of the game for Ale, and it kills the Rustler drive as they had it on the move into Southwestern territory. Big play for the Jaguar defense, getting it back at the 21-yard line. Snap to Inman. Play fake, quick slant, pass incomplete. Looking for Kahanu Davis. Davis, another returner from a year ago for Southwestern, where he really did it all. Going back to a year ago, Kahanu Davis led the team at the quarterback position in completions and pass attempts and yards. Threw for 6 touchdowns, but also moved around the field. And they would use him in all kinds of ways, carrying the football and catching the ball as well. Did everything for this team. Second down carry, and a gain of about 5. First carry today for Kyrese Rice. Leaves a 3rd down and 5. Jaguars still looking to convert their first 3rd down here today. They're 0-4, facing a 3rd and 6 from their 25-yard line. We're early in the second with Golden West leading at 13-0. Inman has the snap. Blitz coming. Hit as he throws again. Wanted Davis in the pass. Incomplete. Streeter had the coverage. And the Rustlers come up with another 3 and out. And this all starts with great pressure on Inman. Nick Mitchell dials up the blitz. And the Rustlers are able to get there and at least disrupt that play as Inman was hit as he threw that ball. And the pass off target to Davis. And the Rustlers will get it back. After the interception by Elliott goes nowhere for Southwestern. Snap, kick away, good kick. Hinsey backing up, takes this one from the 26. At the 30, slips out of a tackle. He's at the 35. Splits another couple of tacklers out past the 45 and finally brought down at the 47. That's a 21-yard return from Hinsey after a 49-yard kick. Another terrific individual effort. So Hinsey sets up the Rustlers with very good field position. They'll spot it at the Golden West 48-yard line. Short field for the Rustlers. It's been Ali the whole way. At quarterback for Golden West, Jared Johnson back in the deep I. Receivers left and right. Good protection, delayed handoff. Johnson breaks a tackle in the backfield, absorbs a big hit at the 48-yard line after a 4-yard run. Anthony and Dawson teaming up on the stop. Good hard running from Jared Johnson. A 4-yard carry brings up a 2nd down and 6. Snap to Ale. Ale, a little trouble on the exchange, and the Rustlers gonna hold on to the football. Johnson never had that cleanly and is able to not only fall on it, but actually managed to pick up a yard, where it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Another break for the Rustlers in this one. Talk about a game that could be a little different score potentially with a break here or there. There was a loose ball on a punt return, and there, Johnson never had it. That ball was free, but the Rustlers have been able to recover both fumbles. Play fake, throw over the middle, and incomplete. Good coverage That was Michael Boone able to get a hand in as they were trying to get it to Anthony Williams. And it's the Rustlers now who will go 3 and out and have to kick it away. Only now 6 of 8 here in the first half with a touchdown pass, but I would argue the 3 carries for 25 yards might be the even bigger stat. Those runs have been key in helping to sustain drives for the Rustlers. Hinsey on to kick it away. The snap and the end-over-end kick from Hinsey will take a Rustler bounce. Down to the 13-yard line. It's a 34-yard kick, but a good job by Hinsey in terms of field position as he will pin the Jaguars back inside their own 20 as they will go to work at the 13-yard line with 8:34 to go in the second quarter, and Golden West on top 13-0. Well, when you play defense, ideally you'd like to make the opposing offense one-dimensional. And the Rustlers have certainly been able to do that as the Jaguars have not completed a pass thus far in the first half. Inman looking over the defense. First down carry for Gordon, tries to cut it back. Brought down at the 15, a gain of a couple. Palomino with good penetration. And does get credit for the stop, and actually they'll spot that at the 13, so it's no gain for Gordon, and a second down and 10 for the Jaguars. Inman looking to his left. That one hangs in the air and nearly picked off. Trying to get it to Jovan Young. And again, good pressure by the Rustlers. And they are getting to Jimmy Inman here in this first half, and he is going to head to the sidelines. So let's see. We may have a new quarterback for this 3rd and 10 play on the Jaguar 13, and we will. And it's going to be Ethan Harry. Harry comes in having completed 59% of his passes on the season for 442 yards, a couple of touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So Harry's seen extended run so far this season. But he comes in a tough spot facing a 3rd and 10 from his own 13. Another blitz coming. Harry stands in, throws over the middle, and completes out to the 26-yard line to move the chains. Young with the reception. Good throw from Harry, but perhaps just as importantly, that is the best job that I've seen from the Southwestern offensive line against the Golden West blitz. They gave Harry some time to make that throw, and he delivered a strike to Young and earns a fresh set of downs for the Jaguars. Looks like some confusion on the offensive line. Off-balance offensive line, and now a player coming on, and are the Jaguars going to have to burn a timeout? Well, no, with the play clock at 7. Now down to 5. Harry, got to hurry now, gets the play off. Looking right, throws. Pass complete to Diop, who takes a big hit, but makes the reception for a short gain on the play. That was a good stick from Jaden Jackson. But Diop does a good job holding on to the football. Kader Diop leads Southwestern in receptions on the season. That's his first catch today. And Harry's now 2 for 2, coming on to replace Inman. 2nd down and 6. The football resting on the Southwestern 31-yard line. Snap to Harry, another quick throw. Completion, Jackson with the hit again as they go right back to Diop. Gain of 3 to the 34 brings up a critical, well, the spot at the 36, so they'll give him 5 yards on forward momentum before the hit by Jackson. Brings up a critical 3rd down and 1. Boy, if you're Southwestern, you would love to convert here. Keep this drive going. Their defense has spent a lot of time on the field in this first half. Harry brings them to the line. 3rd and 1. Delayed handoff. And with second effort, Gordon going to move the chains. Excuse me, that's not Gordon. David Jazzo with his first carry. And he gets to the 40, the 4-yard run on 3rd and 1. Gives Southwestern a first down to 5:28 and counting remaining in the first half. A couple of first downs for Southwestern. This drive started at the 13. Now flags come in before the snap. We'll get the call from David Garza. So false start on Southwestern. That'll make it 1st and 15 from the 35. Well, granted, it's a small sample size, but it looks like with Harry at the control, Southwestern far more content to throw quicker passes, get it out against this Golden West pressure. More so than with Inman. Jazzo on the carry, finds a lane, breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet into Golden West territory and finally brought down by Gerbich at the 43-yard line. That is good hard running by Jazzo. 22 yards on that rumble. In fact, they'll spot it at the 41, so call it 24 yards. Best play of the day for Southwestern. But it's an interesting dichotomy between the two quarterbacks, with Harry appearing to be a little more of a pocket passer. And so the short passes moving the chains. There's another quick pass to Marangi, looking for a block. Brought down at the 35, 6-yard gain. Another completion for Harry, who's 4 for 4. They'll give Marangi the 34. That's a 7-yard gain, brings up a 2nd down and 3. Whereas Inman, a little more elusive, looking to extend plays, and that is a tough ask against this Golden West defense. This is a little different look, and so far it's been effective for Southwestern. 2nd and 3. Harry under center. Has time to play clock at 10. Snap to Harry. Jazzo on the carry, hit in the backfield and brought down. Jonah LeBon getting in the backfield quickly to blow that play up. It's a loss back to the 37 of 3 yards. And that leaves a 3rd down and 6. And now Harry back to the shotgun. As the snap, blitz coming. Harry rolling away from pressure. Gerbich on the pressure, and what a job completing the pass inside the 30 down to the 25. Harry finds Damian Lafitte. Let's take you back to the replay, and the Rustlers get what they want. Pocket collapsing, but this is a good job by Harry of evading pressure and keeping his head up. Looking downfield. They'll spot it at the 29. That is good enough to convert on 3rd and 6. The drive continues. 2:29 and counting remaining in the first half. Harry with a fresh set of downs. Jazzo remains in the backfield. Harry looking left. Completes the pass. Inside the 20, Kahanu Davis with the reception. Now late flags come in. Is this going to be something along the lines of a personal foul? It came at the very tail end of the play, and we should have a good look from this angle. Let's roll this out. As you see Hinsey coming in, and you see the hand up around that face mask area, and that's almost always going to bring a flag. anytime that hand gets up there, high up near the helmet. Let's see if that is the call. The catch by Davis brought it to the 19-yard line, very near first down yardage on the reception. No? This is going to go against Southwestern.
There's a 10-yard gain on the play for a first down, and then a 15-yard penalty puts the ball back to the
So the 10-yard reception by Davis takes it to the 19, but the 15-yard penalty will bring it back to the 34. A net loss of 5. And it'll be 1st and 15. At the 34, they need the 19 for a first down. They overload the right side. Harry on the roll. Davis able to get the foot down for the reception right in front of Jaden Jackson. Out of bounds at the 24, or I should say at the 29. A gain of 5 brings up a 2nd down and 10. We're under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Well, if nothing else for Southwestern, this drive has to have injected a little confidence into this offensive unit. This drive started back at their own 13. They've moved it to the Golden West 29. If you are thinking about the field goal for Southwestern, Julian Acosta 1 for 1 on the season with a long of 40 yards. So they are on the outside perhaps of field goal range right now. 1:32 remaining in the first half. Not only did this drive start at the 13-yard line, but the drive started with 8:34 remaining in the first half. So we're going on almost 7 minutes in terms of time of possession as well. So there's a lot of benefits here. If you're a Jaguar fan, confidence for the offense, certainly a good rest for that Jaguar defense on the sideline, and perhaps some points out of it. We'll see as they face a 2nd and 10 from the 29. Harry under pressure, tries to get rid of that one as he's hit by Gerbich and completes the pass. Again, Harry, with defenders hanging on him, finds a way to complete that pass. And I'm trying to see who made that catch. It looked like an offensive lineman ends up with the ball. So I think that's going to be an ineligible receiver. And we'll see this play come back. Jason McClanahan, I believe, made the reception. And, well, you can give Harry a little bit of points for improvisation, but it's not going to lead to yardage, you have to believe. So this will be an illegal touch. And the 5-yard penalty will back him up further to the 34. It'll remain 2nd down. Well, Gerbich was again bearing down on Ethan Harry. And Harry just tried to get rid of it. And really, in that situation, that's a great penalty if you're Southwestern. They do lose the down, but they probably still save some yardage. I want to say that Harry was back around his own 40 with Gerbich hanging on him. So if he takes the sack there, they lose the same down and probably another 6 or 7 yards. Play clock winding down to 3. Snap to Harry. Blitz coming. Harry pop flies the near side. Bracket coverage, and Hinsey going to make the pick heading out of bounds at the 9-yard line. So Southwestern will hold the ball for about 7.5 minutes, but ultimately they come up empty in terms of points as Hinsey makes the interception. And Hinsey's an interesting case. We talked about his versatility. I believe, and couldn't verify completely on the stats, but I want to say that's Hinsey's 4th interception of the season, going back to the opener when he had a couple of interceptions in the victory over Orange Coast. And the 4 interceptions for Hinsey far and away leads the team, and again, does a good job there. Playing some center field. I suppose that might actually be closer to left field for Hinsey, but giving help over the top. And that ball with a little too much air under it from Harry. And Hinsey able to make the catch heading out of bounds. Quick throw over the middle. Jimenez breaks another tackle before he's hit at the 21. 13-yard reception for Jimenez. The Rustlers do have all 3 timeouts remaining as we wind under a minute to go, but they might be content to just take this lead into the locker room. Ale over the middle, the pass batted in the air and incomplete, trying to get it to Savao. Harrington had the coverage. A 2nd down and 10 with 49 seconds remaining here in the first half. Always a tough call in this type of situation where you have some time, you have some timeouts, but very poor field position, and you certainly don't want to cough it up here and give Southwestern a chance to perhaps extend on the momentum by putting some points on the board late. Ale under pressure. He's going to be sacked back inside the 20 at the 17. And that was Joey Madonia leading the charge. Dominic Yancey also there. The Rustlers are going to take, well, there is a timeout on the field after the 7-yard loss. They'll spot it at the 16. We'll step aside for a timeout from Golden West. The Rustlers on top 13-0. It's Rustler Football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
And back live with a 3rd down and 17 from the 16. Ale throwing over the middle, finds Jimenez out past the 35. They'll spot it at the 38. That's a 22-yard completion on a 3rd and 17. That's a massive 3rd down pickup. Rustlers now 3 of 4 on 3rd down in the game, and with 32.6 seconds, we'll have another timeout on the field. For the Rustlers, between Cypress and Hinsey, it's Hinsey who has the longer converted field goal on the season at 38 yards. So the Rustlers, either way, are still a good 40 yards from what could be considered field goal range. As we'll keep it here. Going to need another big play. You do still have 32.6 seconds remaining in the first half. Big first half for Jimenez. That catch, he now has 6 catches for 86 yards and a touchdown. The Rustlers will overload the near side. 3 wide receivers. Ale looking to his right. Pressure comes. Rolling away. Now guns it. Has Jimenez on the near side, who makes the catch at the 23. Well, there's no question about the arm strength of Uwe Ale, and this is a terrific effort by Jimenez, who goes well over 100 yards with that reception of 39 yards to the 23. Well, a moment ago I said they need about 40 yards. There's 39. And they still have 23 seconds remaining. What a throw from Ale, and what a job by Jimenez. Designed roll, completion on the far sideline to Docknall. Gets it to the 14. A gain of 9. Now they're well inside field goal range. It is a windy afternoon in Huntington Beach, so not the greatest of kicking conditions, but the field goal would be 31 yards from here. Meanwhile, there's still 17.8 seconds, so you got time for 2, even 3 plays. Southwestern going to take a timeout. The Rustlers, who started this drive back at their own 9-yard line, have moved it to the Southwestern 14. We'll step aside for a timeout. Golden West football on SoCalCollegeSports.com. The Rustlers back in the red zone with a 2nd and 1 from the Southwestern 14. But the big number, 17.8 seconds remaining in this first half. Ale with Johnson in the backfield. Has the snap. 3-man rush. Steps up. Guns over the middle. And the pass incomplete, trying to get it to Robbie Savau. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 1 from the Southwestern 14. Well, Savau went up high. Galliana with the coverage and nearly had that football but can't bring it down. And now the Rustlers face a 3rd and 1. Kennewell and Savau to the right. They'll send Jimenez. He's been huge in the first half in motion. Overloading the near side. Throw over the middle, batted in the air. Still up for grabs. Well, they'll have to unpile. Harrington comes out of the pile with the ball, but they'll rule it incomplete. That brings up a 4th down with 5 seconds remaining. And we'll see Hinsey come on to attempt what will be a 31-yard field goal. Another good job by that Southwestern front line as they get a hand up. Ale trying to go over the middle with that pass. And it was bad in the air. And again, the Rustlers catch a bit of a break as that ball hangs in the air. But no one can come up with it cleanly. It goes down as an interception, and here's Hinsey. He's perfect on the season so far, 2 for 2. High snap, but Jimenez gets it down. Line drive kick is wide left. So Hinsey can't convert. There is a flag down near the line of scrimmage. We'll keep it here and get the call from David Garza. Well, penalties haven't been a huge storyline in this first half. Southwestern 4 for 40 yards. Golden West just 2 penalties in the first half for 20 yards. And this one is going to go against Southwestern. So here's an interesting situation. 5-yard penalty on Southwestern brings it to the 9, gives Golden West a 1st down. So it's a running into the kicker call against Southwestern. And it's 1st and goal from the 9 with 5 seconds. They might be adjusting the clock. David Garza is going to make that call, but do you take a chance here on running a play, or do you bring Hinsey back on and see if you can convert the field goal this time? Well, there's 2 seconds now remaining on the clock, so time for 1 play. And a whistle comes in. Southwestern wants a timeout. They'll take their final timeout of the first half. Down to one final play. Golden West on top 13-0. It's Rustler football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network. So with 2 seconds remaining in the first half, the Rustlers are going to eschew the field goal, and they're going to run a play. First and goal, Jimenez in motion. Snap to Ale, blitz coming. Pop flies on the far side. Kennewell gets down for the touchdown. Let's take you down and see if we can get this from a couple of angles. This is a tremendous effort from Nick Kennewell. Working one-on-one, they clear out on the far side. And Kennewell goes up, takes the contact, and gets the feet down. First catch of the first half for Nick Kennewell, but he makes it count for his 5th touchdown reception of the season. And that pushes the lead to 19-0. Well, that's a lot of confidence in this Rustler offense to run one play from the 9. Hinsey drills it for the extra point, 20-0, and that will be the score at halftime from Huntington Beach. Golden West on top. It's Rustler football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Rustlers are 2016 champions. It is a 3C2 away for men's water polo. Come back with more
Dominant all year. They ended.
and they find it. Peyton Powell. It's a three-peat. 2018 crown remains with the Rustlers.
The hole set his second goal. Back working around the shot goal. Dolores again. Rise up for the 5-meter line and score. Wow! And that's it. Golden West College water polo champions in a classic here at Golden West. A 10-9 win
Rustlers. Now that Martinez finds a man over the middle, Sarmiento will take it in for 6. Touchdown, Rustlers.
Run. This one hit deep to right field. And it's over the head of Marquez. That's going to score a run.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy. says game day like good friends and Bread's Hot Chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
Start of the second half from Huntington Beach. The Rustlers won the opening toss and deferred, so they will have it to start the third quarter with a 20-0 lead. The Rustlers extending on a 13-0 lead on the final play of the first half. Nick Mitchell passes on the field goal attempt and instead puts it in the hands of Ale and the very dependable hands of Nick Kennewell, who comes up with a tremendous touchdown reception, getting his feet down inside the sideline for the touchdown, and a 20-0 lead as we start the third quarter. From the 15 out to the 25 and near the 30-yard line, and that's where the Rustlers will start. Look like Streeter on the return on the short kick. And we'll see the Rustler offense. Uwe Ale, 11 of 17 in the first half for 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Antonacci and Jared Johnson leading the way on the ground with 21 yards rushing each. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, Jimmy Inman struggled getting the start at quarterback, 0 of 9. But Ethan Harry came on midway through the second quarter, had a strong drive for the Jaguars. Didn't result in any points, but he was 7 of 8 for 53 yards in the first half. Each quarterback did throw an interception. First down carry for Antonacci, who cuts it back and finds open field. Tripped up at the 48. A tackle by Harrington that probably saved the Jaguars about 30 yards. Nonetheless, for Antonacci, an 18-yard run on first down, and the Rustlers are immediately on the move. There is a flag down. This might be coming back, and it will. So take the run off the board, and instead the Rustlers will back up on the first play of the third quarter. Well, it'll be a spot foul, so they'll bring it back to the 24, where it'll be 1st and 16. Just the third penalty in the game for the Rustlers, but it costs them some yardage. Ale with a deep drop, sets up the screen. Big hit from Naki. Out to the 32-yard line. Catch for Anthony Williams. Over the middle, does a good job to hold on to the football as Naki delivered the big hit. A gain of 4 yards leaves a second down and 8. Well, they're going to give him about 8 yards to the 32. And it's 2nd and 8. They come on the blitz, but Antonacci runs into a wall. That wall's name is Ulrich Naki. So forward momentum is stalled after a gain of a couple. It's quite a collision between Antonacci and Naki. Incidentally, we should point out, did make an effort to try and contact Southwestern to do our best to confirm some of the name pronunciations. We weren't able to do that. So apologies across the board. We do our best to try and make sure that we have name pronunciations as accurate as possible, but if there is a name mispronunciation, our apologies on that. 3rd down and 6 after the 2-yard carry. And Ale with a deep drop, 3-man rush. Ale guns the far side, nearly picked off. Trey Taylor had a beat on it. does get a hand in to break it up, and the Rustlers will have to kick it away. Good job by Trey Taylor. Reading the eyes of Ali and almost had the pick. But the Jaguar defense does the job, gets off the field, and we'll see Hinsey on to kick. Kahanu Davis, the jack of all trades for the Jaguars, back to receive this kick, waiting at his own 25-yard line. Low snap to Hinsey, who has it and does get it away, but it is a shank for Hinsey. Down to the 44. And a questionable, looked like it was Jacob Galena who wanted to try and pick up that football and see if he could get some positive yardage out of it. It goes down as about a 10-yard punt. They'll ultimately spot it at the 43. So a short field for the Jaguars as trouble started from the outset on that play for the Rustlers. A one-bounce snap to Hinsey, who did come up with it, but obviously had to hurry, and ultimately shanked the kick. A punt of just 9 yards, as it turns out. Ethan Harry transferred to Southwestern after spending a year at Mount Sac last year, but moves on to the Jaguars, where he's got more of an opportunity to play. He'll start the second half. He's immediately hit and dropped by Carmona. Palomino coming on the blitz. Really blew that play up to start. Harry was able to sidestep Palomino, but not Carmona, who will get credit for the sack back at the 49, a loss of 6. That's the first sack today for the Rustler defense, but they have been successful in consistently being able to pressure Jaguar quarterbacks as they're pitching a shutout here early in the third quarter. But Carmona gets the sack, brings up a second down and 16. David Jazzo in the backfield. Receivers left and right. Harry has the snap, four-man rush. Throws the pass and completes back near the original line of scrimmage as he finds Kahanu Davis for a gain of 7 yards. Brings up a third down and 9. Not terribly surprising. The Jaguars are struggling on third down so far here today. They're 3 of 9. Did pick up a few conversions on that one lengthy drive midway through the second quarter where they got down into the red zone before the drive stalled. The pass over the middle nearly picked off. Akili Hubbard moving up, had a great shot at it, but couldn't complete it. Meanwhile, we do still have a player down. It's Tyler Williams. And Williams still down, so we'll take an injury timeout with fourth down coming up for Southwestern. 11:40 to go in the third. Golden West on top, 20-0 on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
Southwestern set to kick it away. Hinsey waiting back at his own 10-yard line. An opportunity for the Jaguars to get something going. But an immediate sack by Carmona, and the Golden West defense stands up once again. Hinsey signals for the fair catch, makes it at the 12. Just a 30-yard kick, but a good job pinning the Rustlers back deep in their own territory as they'll start from their own 12-yard line. 11:33 to go in the third quarter. Golden West coming in 4-1 on the season. Southwestern 0-5. So looking for their first win under first-year head coach Dionisio Monarez. As the conference schedule gets underway, it should be a fascinating season. Meanwhile, there was a flag on Southwestern, a 15-yard penalty. So instead of starting from the 12, Golden West will start from their own 27. No, excuse me. That's a 15-yard penalty against Golden West. So it's Southwestern that will have the ball at the Golden West 27-yard line. So that is a big penalty. Gives Southwestern an automatic first down and a chance to continue to the drive. Gordon in the backfield. Gets the handoff. Little stutter step, now finds a lane. Down to the 22, 5-yard run for Jay Gordon. Brings up a second down and 5. Gerbich in on the stop. Good push from that Southwestern offensive line, following center Angel Lemus. Right up the middle. 3 wide receivers to the right for Harry. Deep drop. Wants to set up the screen and does, but not much doing. That was a terrific job. Prince Ford chasing that play down as they tried to get it to David Hernandez. And Hernandez makes the reception, but not much going on. A couple of yards and a 3rd and 3 upcoming for the Jaguars. They're at the 20-yard line. This is the deepest penetration into Golden West territory in the game so far for Southwestern. They'll spread it out on 3rd and short. Quick throw to Diop, but he is lit up immediately. No gain on the play. Kentrell Omar coming up and delivering a big hit on Diop. That's a terrific read from Omar. A loss of a yard brings up a 4th down and 4. And Southwestern will have to settle for a field goal attempt. So here comes Julian Acosta. This kick will be from 38 yards out. It'll come from the right hash. Jaguars trying to get on the board. Placement down. The kick is up long enough and good. Acosta puts it through from 38 yards out, and the Jaguars are on the board. They take advantage of the 4th down penalty by Golden West and come away with a field goal. The score now, Golden West 20, Southwestern 3, here on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network. Hinsey and Williams waiting deep for the Rustlers. End over end kick taken at 12. And out to the 26. 14-yard return for Williams. And Golden West will start there. 9:34 to go in the 3rd quarter. Southwestern able to get on the board. The field goal from Acosta. Well, the Golden West defense surrendered just 3 points in the win over Palomar. They actually pitched a shutout for all intents and purposes in the victory over Bakersfield. And Bakersfield, that was a 24-14 win for Golden West, but both touchdowns for Bakersfield in that game came via special teams. So this just another in a series of good defensive efforts. Johnson cuts it back, still on his feet, twisting forward out to the 35-yard line, an 8-yard run for Jared Johnson. And immediately the Rustlers have a 2nd and short. It'll be 2nd and 2 from the 35. Story of the first half is Nate Jimenez. 7 catches for 125 yards. He becomes the 3rd receiver on the season for the Rustlers to have a 100-yard effort. Joining Kennewell, who's done it twice, and Sarmiento. Johnson on the carry. Angles back to his right. Appears to have enough for the first down. He was brought down by Sekeli Manu, but not before Johnson gets 4 yards and a first down. There's an opportunity here for the Rustler running backs to get some work. Rustlers are up 3 scores midway through the 3rd quarter, and you know Nick Mitchell would like to run some clock and move the football. Ali will look to throw this time. Guns it over the middle. That's an interception. Galena with his 2nd interception of the game. Steps in front, has the pick, brought down at the Golden West 47-yard line. It's another short field for Southwestern, so hold everything. 3rd turnover of the game for the Rustlers, as Ali has now thrown 3 picks. We'll take you back and give you a look at this one, perhaps. Well, there's the tail end of it, as it's Galena who, again, steps in front. Now, I don't think, by the way that Ali threw that ball, that he saw Jacob Galena. So Ali had thrown just 1 interception in 48 pass attempts coming into action today, but he's thrown 3 more against Southwestern. First down handoff, and not much doing. Rice on the carry. Would have been lucky to get back to the line, might have lost yardage. They'll spot it at the 48. It's a loss of 1 and a 2nd down and 11. Coming up. Well, the Rustlers appear to have made an adjustment to the quick passing of Ethan Harry. Let's see if Southwestern takes a shot downfield. Haven't really seen that yet. That is a tough needle to thread against a Rustler defense that is so adept at creating pressure on the quarterback. Play action, Harry throwing over the middle. This one is intercepted. Akili Hubbard with the interception, and similar to the first quarter, the teams trade interceptions in short order on back-to-back drives, and we're right back where we started. Golden West back with the football as Southwestern turns it over for the 3rd time today. Look here. And he was looking for Kahanu Davis, and that ball was well underthrown, but it was double coverage once again. It was going to be hard to get that football in. And Hubbard ends up with the relatively easy interception. Gets it back for Golden West. 7:28 to go in the 3rd. And the Rustlers with the 20-3 lead, and they have it at their own 32. They overload the right side, keep it on the ground on first down. Good push on the left side. Jason Pete gets the carry out to the 38, a gain of 6. And a 2nd down and 4 for Golden West. And clearly the Rustlers in no particular hurry. As we wind down. Under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. Interesting looking at the offensive line. I'll get to that after this play. Little stutter step from Pete. Manages to pick his way forward to the 41. A gain of 3 will bring up a 3rd down and 1. It looks to me like Chris Garcia has moved inside and is currently playing center, and that's notable because sophomore standout James Nose is ordinarily the center for the Rustlers, and he doesn't appear to be in the game. 3rd down and 1. Johnson in the backfield with Ale. Gets the call, running left. Johnson tripped up at the 43. He needed 1. He got 2. Fresh set of downs for the Rustlers from their own 43. And they can run a little more clock here in the 3rd quarter. Well, a bit of everything from Uiale here today. couple of touchdown passes. And he's got the Rustlers in the lead. And that, of course, the most important stat here in the third quarter. Southwestern showing blitz. Ale has that one batted up in the air. Galena looking for number 3. Can't quite come up with it. He was trying to get it to Robbie Savao. It's a 2nd down and 10 for Golden West from their own 43. Yeah, Jacob Galena's been all over the field. Going for the hat trick. Can't quite get there. Isaac Lariva into the game for Golden West as the Rustlers will overload the right side. Williams solo to the left on 2nd and 10. Another blitz coming. Deep drop. Jimenez with another reception. Has a lane. Tries to leapfrog a tackler. He's tripped up in Southwestern territory. Harrington with the stop. But the 8th catch of the game for Jimenez, and he gets it to the Southwestern 45 for a first down. Jimenez with a 12-yard gain. He's got 137 yards receiving in the game on 8 catches with a touchdown. Johnson on the carry, cuts it back. Hit hard at the 42. Second effort. He's still churning his legs. Finally, the whistles will come in. 4-yard run for Jared Johnson. And as if you don't get enough with Cross Antonacci, Jared Johnson brings a lot of that same dynamic, just good hard running. Meanwhile, little extracurriculars after the play, but no flags. Not going to let that one dissipate. And we'll continue with a 2nd and 6. Savao with Kennewell out to the right for the Rustlers. Blitz coming again. Ale with a short throw. Kennewell with the reception. Able to get away from a couple of tacklers. Makes a move at the 25. Brought down inside the 20. At the 19, that's a 22-yard reception for Kennewell. Just his 2nd catch of the game. But good yardage. And Golden West into the red zone with a 1st and 10. Winding down to 4 minutes and counting remaining in the third. This drive started after the Hubbard interception. The Golden West 32. Rustlers would love to punch it in here and really create some separation late in the third. Johnson sweeping to the far side, looking for a lane. Now has some running room. He's inside the 10, down inside the 5, near the pylon. Looks like he's just short. Good running from Jared Johnson. Watch the patience from Johnson. And Southwestern appears to have that play pretty well bottled up, but Johnson lets his blocks develop, finds a little lane, and gets it all the way down to the 3-yard line. A 16-yard run for Jared Johnson. And a 1st and goal for Golden West. Johnson still in the game in the backfield. The Rustlers will overload the right side, 3 wide receivers. Snap to Ale. Read option, and Ale gonna walk it in himself. Gets the touchdown on a 3-yard run. Uwe Ale pushes the Rustler lead to 26-3. And again, tempers flare at the end of that play. But that is great execution on the read option by the Rustlers. You got to respect the handoff to Johnson, obviously, and Ale with a good read. And there he's in. And Trey Taylor still playing. And Ale throws him off, and again, they'll quickly separate. 3-yard touchdown run for Uwe Ale. A couple of touchdown passes in the game as well. And the Rustlers take advantage of the interception by Hubbard. They go 68 yards. Cap it off with the Ale touchdown run. The extra point is good. 3:12 to go in the third. Golden West now on top 27-3 on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's Hot Chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
It's the second touchdown rushing for Ale on the season. Kick bounces inside the 5. Ale, not a lot of room, looking for a lane. He is going to be hit and brought down at about the 12-yard line. That's just a 7-yard return. It's another great kickoff. Saw a similar kick in the first half as well. And a bouncing ball that stays in play but doesn't get to the end zone, and that gives that extra time for your coverage to get down there, and there's not a lot of room for Ale or anyone to make anything happen on the return. Just a 7-yard return. Call it 8 yards. They'll spot it at the 13. And Southwestern will take over with poor field position. Jimmy Inman back in the game at quarterback. Throws and completes the pass to Kahanu Davis out near the 20-yard line. That's the first completion of the game for Inman. So he comes in and finds Davis. Zakavina with the stop. 8-yard gain for Davis, brings up a 2nd down and 2. Well, a cool afternoon has gotten a little bit cooler. Still overcast here in Huntington Beach. The wind has picked up a bit. Just standard beach weather. Deep throw in the pass, incomplete. It looked like Inman had a man momentarily looking for Morangi on the far side, who had created a little bit of separation working against Contrell Omar. But Inman can't squeeze it in, and it's a 3rd down and 2 for the Jaguars from their own 21. Meanwhile, Lamont Jenkins in the backfield. Quick throw and a completion. 1st down and more for the Jaguars as Jovan Young makes the reception. Quick screen to Young, and he turns it into 14 yards and a 1st down out to the 35. 1st and 10. The Jaguars want to move quickly, winding down to 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. And the Rustlers in command, leading at 27-3. Inman, deep drop, throws and completes, short gain out to the 39. Diop brought down quickly by Dane Despars. Dane Despars didn't have the interception return for a touchdown late in the loss to Riverside. One of the few highlights for the Rustlers in that one. A game that ultimately they dropped 58-21 here at home to the Tigers. That's their lone loss of the season. No gain on the play. The throw over the middle, complete to Young again. Despars nearly had another interception on that play, but Inman with a strike finds Young out to the 48, 13-yard gain. Will move the chains. They'll spot it at the 49, call it 14 yards. So a solid drive for Inman. This drive started back at the 13-yard line, but a few completions here for Jimmy Inman, who seems to have settled down after getting the start back on for Harry. Jenkins on the carry, trying to drag tacklers, and finally he's pushed back. Gets into Golden West territory before he's driven back by Darren Vasquez. Let's see how much they give him in terms of forward progress. He'll get to the 46. That's 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Southwestern. Under a minute to go in the 3rd. 3 wide receivers to the right. 1st down carry for Jazzo. Tripped up. Carmona getting good penetration from his nose guard spot. No gain on the play. And now it's 3rd and 5. Jaguars will look to run another play. Snapped Inman. 4-man rush. Pressure coming, and he's going to be sacked. It's Gerbich. They will whistle Inman down back at the 47 of Southwestern. 7-yard loss on the play. It will bring up 4th down, and we will see the Jaguar punting unit on the first play of the 4th quarter. That will do it for the 3rd quarter. The sack by Gerbich kills the Jaguar drive. We're through 3. Golden West on top, 27-3. It's Rustler football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa.
Start of the 4th quarter, and the punting unit on for Southwestern. And the kick away. Short kick. Takes a Southwestern bounce. And they'll touch down at the 18. 35-yard kick, no return. And the Rustlers will go to work. 14:47 remaining in the ball game. Busy night in the 3C2A. Conference play gets underway all over the state. And we've got a few games for you on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Snap to Ale. Might have been some miscommunication in the backfield. And Ale on the keeper gets to the 21, manages to pick up 3 yards, brings up a 2nd down at 7. Well, he does a good job just getting what he can. San Diego Mesa at Saddleback. And we'll have that for you from Mission Viejo. Ale, straight drop, good protection, throws over the middle behind his intended target and incomplete. He was looking for Jake Troxell. 3rd down and 7. That is great protection up front. Boy, Ale had all day. But the coverage was good, and Ale unable to find Troxell. Brings up a 3rd down and 7. Quickly for Golden West. Antonacci in the backfield with Ale. 4 wide receiver set for the Rustlers. 3-man rush, still the pressure comes. Manu almost had him, but now they will get him. Yancey, after Manu did a good job of bringing the pressure, Ale gets away from the first wave, but Yancey finishes him off. Yancey had a half sack in the first half, so now 1.5 sacks in the game for Dominic Yancey, who's had a solid game. Quick 3 and out. Good job by the Jaguar defense. And we'll see the Rustler punting unit. Able to bring that kind of pressure without bringing the blitz. An interesting look at Southwestern, and clearly it's been something of a struggle this season so far, still winless, but one thing they've been able to do consistently is pressure the quarterback. They have 18 sacks as a team, giving up just 11. And that's carried over into today when they've had a couple of sacks and have been able to, at least on many occasions, bring some pressure and disrupt the Rustler passing attack. The kick from Hinsey and the fair catch at the 45 of Golden West. So excellent field position for the Jaguars. Still trying to find a way to break through with a touchdown against this Rustler defense. So far they've been kept out of the end zone. Riverside at Palomar. We'll also have that game for you tonight. That's a debut of our coverage of Palomar football. We're excited to be part of Comet football for you as well. Good hole up the middle. Gordon gets to the 36 before he's brought down. A 9-yard run. Leaves a second and short for the Jaguars.
Making an 8-yard gain.
Inman at the line. The fake to Gordon and Inman on the read option, and the Rustlers have this one well diagnosed. Vasquez, the first to get there, gets a little help from LaQuarrie Dillon. And that is just a tremendous job against the read option as the Rustlers swarm to the ball. Meanwhile, it's going to go all for naught for the Rustlers as a flag down and a face mask penalty coming. That's a tough break. If you're Golden West, you do a great job. Gets the read option on the second and short. Give yourself a chance to stall this drive. And instead, the Rustlers hurt themselves with the penalty. The 15-yard penalty will move it all the way to the 21 where it'll be 1st and 10. Well, we've seen the Rustlers do that a couple of times in this game. Back in the first half, they had a big 15-yard penalty on a 4th down when they were off the field. Gordon tries to bounce it back to his left, hit and brought down after a gain of a yard. Kylan Neal moving up from his linebacker spot for the tackle. 1-yard gain leaves a 2nd down and 9. Well, you might get away with that today. Given some extra chances against Southwestern. But you cannot give those kinds of opportunities and shoot yourself in the foot over and over again. It will come back to bite you. 2nd down and 9. Inman has a man over the middle. Catch is made at the 10. And down inside the 5. Now the ball comes out late. The Rustlers are saying they have it. And they do. So the Jaguar turnover right when they're on the doorstep. Morangi makes the reception. He's down inside the 5. We'll see if maybe we can get down to field level and see where this ball comes out. But that's a good job by the Rustler defense not giving up on the play. And ultimately, it was Davis Thacker that falls on it. Don't know if we have this one more time from down on field level, but give the Rustlers some credit. Didn't give up on the play. 4th turnover of the game for the Jaguars, and there you see Layton. Yeah, Morangi brought down inside the 5 and just coughs it up. Well, the Rustlers will take it. Golden opportunity for the Jaguars to put some points on the board. But it goes away via the turnover. 1st down, pass over the middle is complete. 1st down and more out to the 26. Back to Jimenez. Who else? Nate Jimenez. 9th reception. He's over 150 yards. Takes that one from the 3 out to the 21. 18 yards and a 1st down. The 155 yards receiving in the game. A season high for Jimenez for the Rustlers in the passing game. 1st down carry by Johnson. Gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. They'll give Johnson 3 yards, call it a 2nd and 7. Quick pitch to Johnson, running right. Slips out of a tackle, but is forced out of bounds by Elijah Williams. Might have gotten back to the line. Third down and long. Johnson even lost a yard. Call it 3rd and 8 from the 23. We wind under 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Ale looks over the Jaguar defense, has the snap, 3-man rush. Deep drop, lost the handle, but comes up with it as it bounces back. Now Ale has a man wide open. It's Jimenez! Jimenez at midfield! It's a foot race, and Jimenez is going to win it! 76 yards on one of the stranger plays that you're ever going to see. And how about the day for Nate Jimenez, who's now over 200 yards receiving? This is unbelievable. And we will give you a look here at this one a couple of times, because what can you do if you're Southwestern? It's just a crazy play. Ale loses the handle, but somehow averts disaster as that ball bounces back up, comes up with it, and then give Uwe Ale an awful lot of credit as he stays in the play and scrambles outside and then spots Jimenez, who's wide open, and delivers a strike. And then Jimenez in a foot race, 10-yard head start, and you're not going to catch him. So let's watch here. Just loses the ball and then has the presence to stay with it. And then this is a great play as Ale doesn't give up on the play, keeps his head up, and then finds Jimenez, who all of a sudden finds himself wide open. Let's see what it looks like from field level. And this is just, ball's a little slippery. And it's been that kind of day for the Rustlers, who have played a great game, but have had a couple of breaks go their way as well in that random way that just happens. There's another loose ball, and that's a ball that can easily kick away from you, as easily as it can stay right there and even bounce back up a little bit for Ale to pick it up and not only secure the ball, but have time to even find a little space and see if he can make a play. And I'll say he did, as he finds Jimenez, who is now unofficially to me at 231 yards receiving on 10 catches and 2 touchdowns. Well, once again, has been the case in a lot of our coverage this season. It's going to be a pretty short conversation for player of the game. It's going to be hard to get away from Nate Jimenez. A lot of great performances here today, but the Rustlers perhaps putting an exclamation point on this one in a play that was a combination of heady football and great athleticism and a little bit of garden variety luck. 34-3, Inman drops back, gonna scramble, now finds a little lane. He's out past the 35 and forced out of bounds up near the 40 at the 39. No flag comes in as Eric McLoyer forces Inman out of bounds after a 16-yard scramble. I mean, wow.
First and 10 at the 39.
Inman with Kyrese Rice in the backfield, and Rice tries to make a little move in the backfield. He is wrapped up, might have been able to get back to the line. Diasis will get credit for the stop. They'll give Rice a yard. It's a 2nd down and 9 from the 40. Jaguars content to go at a more measured pace midway through the 4th. Play action, Inman Throws it over the middle, trying to squeeze it in. He was looking for Damian Lafitte. Lafitte well covered on the play. Cayman Sue had Lafitte well covered. Now it's 3rd and 9 from the 40. .8:11 remaining in the game. Ale now just shy of 300 yards passing at 297 with 3 touchdowns. Inman stepping up, throws, and that pass is intercepted. That is a tremendous job getting back in coverage. Jaden Jackson with a great read. And are they going to say that that ball actually hit the ground? So Jackson will not get credit for the pick. See if we have that replay. Do we have that one, Lorenzo? Let's see. We're going to run this one more time. And let's watch here, Jackson. This is a great read to get back for this football. And, yeah, I think just a little too much of the ground to secure that ball. So Jackson denied the pick, but nonetheless, it brings up 4th down, and now the Rustlers will get it back. And we'll be able to run a little more clock. There you see tail end and Jaden pleading his case. He wanted the highlight to cap it off. Kick from Acosta will come to rest at the Golden West 25, and that's where they'll start. 7:48 to go in the ball game, and Golden West pulling away, now leading at 34-3. And here comes Malachi Martinez. And he will take over at quarterback for Ale. And that answers some of the questions. It's an interesting story developing. Martinez played tremendously getting the start over the first couple of weeks. Pete running through tacklers, still on his feet, out to the 40-yard line. Good hard running by Jashawn Pete. 15-yard run, immediate 1st down. They'll stop the clock long enough to move the chains, and Martinez completing 56% of his passes on the season, 732 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The first couple of weeks, he was tremendous in victories over OCC and Palomar, as well as playing in the win at Bakersfield. And he was rolling right along, did have a struggle as the entire Rustler team did against Riverside in week 4. Another 1st down carry. And Pete driven back. Let's see what the forward progress is. Looks like they're going to spot at the 44, which is a gain of 4 yards. In fact, they'll give Pete 5 yards, 2nd down and 5. And that's when we saw Ale for the first time coming on in relief of Malachi Martinez in that week 4 loss to Riverside. Then Ale got the start and went the route in the win at Long Beach as the Rustlers came back. Got back to their winning ways with a 24-point win against the Vikings. And then the bye week, and we see Ale today. So not sure what the call is. Martinez has a man complete into Jaguar territory at the 40-yard line. Javon Williams with the reception. And again, some tempers flaring. Still physical out there, no question about that. And the Jaguars not about to stop competing. They'll spot it at the 41. 14-yard reception for Williams. And Martinez right back to work. And it'll be interesting to see as this season goes on. You know, Martinez has played very well. And Ale has certainly come in and kept it going. And has gotten the Rustlers back on track with a couple of wins, assuming that they can finish this one out. And Pete thrown back on the play. Lost a couple. And bring up a 2nd down and 12. And where do you go if you're Nick Mitchell? Will we see Martinez back into the fold, or will they continue with Ale? it appears, obviously, with Martinez making an appearance here today, that both are available. And frankly, both quarterbacks have had stretches of outstanding play. 2nd and 12. Delayed handoff. Antonacci with all kinds of running room. Brought down inside the 25 at the 29-yard line. 14-yard run for Antonacci. That is good enough for a first down. And the Rustlers doing a good job of eating up the clock here in the fourth quarter. We're under 5 minutes to go. This is exactly what you want if you're trying to finish it out. Methodical drive for the Rustlers. Pete on the carry. Off tackle on the right side. Down to the 24, 5-yard run. William Dawson with the tackle on Pete. And Jake Troxell comes back into the game. Bunch formation for the Rustlers. Pete on the carry. Cuts it back. Inside the 20, down to the 18. Good running from Deshaun Pete. 6-yard gain on a 2nd and 5. Will be good enough for another first down. And thus far, the officials have been reticent to start throwing flags when the players are continuing to get after it even after the whistle. Haven't seen one yet. And they're electing to just let them go a little bit and keep the game moving. It's a first down at the Southwestern 18-yard line. Martinez with Pete flanking him in the backfield. Straight drop, rainbows the far side, leaping attempt by Williams, and he can't come up with it. Now a very late flag comes in, as that was Jovan Williams working against Elijah Williams. Let's watch this one. That is nearly a highlight reel grab for Jovan Williams. Let's see what the flag is. It's a dead ball foul on Elijah Williams. So that'll bring it half the distance to the 9-yard line with 3:30 to go.
Ball spotted up at 9. First and goal.
Jared Johnson back in the game in the backfield. You see Braden Bailey on wide right, but the Rustlers going to keep it on the ground. Johnson with the carry. All the way down to the 3. 6-yard run for Jared Johnson. Bring up 2nd and goal. Johnson going to remain in the game, and you got to believe Jared Johnson's going to get the call here. Pistol formation, snap to Martinez. Johnson straight ahead, down to the goal line, in for the touchdown. Jared Johnson, 3-yard touchdown run. The Rustlers punch it in one more time and push the lead to 40-3. First rushing touchdown for Jared Johnson, as he's up to 60 yards in the game. And for Jared Johnson, who has battled some injuries, he came in with just 1 carry on the season. But today, he is back into the fold. 11 carries for 60 yards and the touchdown moments ago. Hinsey will come on to try and add the extra point. Snap, placement down. Hinsey's kick is up and good. 2:48 to go. And Golden West pushes the lead to 41-3. It's Rustler football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
Kick away. Another one angled to the near side. Taken at the 4 and another short return. The kick coverage. Haven't had a lot of time to really talk about it, but it's been great today. Cater Diop on the return and not much doing, short of the 20. And for the Rustlers, it's something of a mixed bag on special teams this season. They have allowed 3 special teams touchdowns on the year, and that is notable because their defense has allowed, with the exception of the Riverside game, very few touchdowns on the year. But they have been somewhat susceptible to the big play on special teams, but not today. Tremendous kick coverage. Chavez gets the carry out to the 24. Give him 4 yards and call it 2nd down and 6. I want to pass along some thanks, of course, as always, to Danny Johnson, Athletic Director, Tim Bremen, Sports Information Director here at Golden West College. Danny Johnson, of course, helping to make coverage of Rustler football possible here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Of course, the guys at the Coast Sports Network, Mike Moore, Anthony Dombrowski. Another big hit after a short reception. Garcia brought down by Dillon. Bring up a 3rd down and short. Of course, our team on camera, Angelo Solis, Austin Bordage, Andrew Stephen, Matt Mateos. Today's broadcast, directed by Lorenzo Osuna. Producers, Emery Johnson. And, of course, the executive producer of SoCalCollegeSports.com, Mike Spada. 3rd down and 2. Quick throw on the near side and incomplete. With 1:24 to go, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Do the Jaguars take one quick shot? I'm going to take it back to the hit on Garcia. And now it appears on a 4th and short, Jaguars are not going to take one last opportunity to perhaps go for it. Instead, they'll kick it away, and we'll expect to see victory formation for the Rustlers. Reminder tonight, more coverage on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Join us for Saddleback and San Diego Mesa, another matchup in the South. And, of course, coverage in the Central Division as Palomar joins the SoCal College Sports and Coast Sports Network family. We'll have coverage of Palomar taking on Riverside City College. One an opponent for your first effort. Top team in the South. We'll see how the Tigers do as they make the trip down to take on the Comets. Kick away. Rustlers will let this one bounce. It'll take a good kick. And they'll down it at the 35. That's a 42-yard punt, and with 1:11 to go, all that is left, it would appear, is for the Rustlers to come out. A couple of kneels, and that'll do it from Huntington Beach. The Rustlers going to move to 5-1 on the season with the win here today. Rustlers back in action next Saturday night. They'll be at Saddleback. We'll have that game for you on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Southwestern, of course, back in action next week. They will travel to Fullerton to take on the Hornets. Couple of kneel downs will do it. Nate Jimenez finishes 10 receptions, 232 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Jared Johnson, 66 yards on the ground. Jashawn Pete, 11 carries for 56 yards. The Rustlers do it every which way. 3 touchdowns passing. 3 touchdowns on the ground. And another strong defensive effort. They forced 4 turnovers and held the Jaguars out of the end zone. Since the Jaguars joined the South, that is now 4 straight wins for the Rustlers over Southwestern. This one will go in the books as a 41-3 win for Golden West as the Rustlers make it 2 in a row and start their conference schedule with a win, defeating Southwestern here today. That will wrap up our coverage from Huntington Beach. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Co Sports Network, thanks so much for joining us. So long, everybody.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
Rustlers.
The whole set is the second goal. Back, they work it around, and a shot to goal. Dolores again. Rise up from the 5-meter line and scores! And that's it. Golden West College water polo champions in a classic. Here at Golden West, a 10-9 win over Long Beach City College.
The opportunity for both. One-on-one. Kennewell has it. Touchdown, Rustlers. Malachi Martinez finds a man over the middle. Sarmiento will take it in for 6. Touchdown, Rustlers.